Shalom. First of all, I'd like to give all glory and honor to Yahweh by Shem, Yahushai by Shem, Rakatash. Double honor to teachers, elders, and apostles of Great Millstone. Likewise, brothers out there putting out this truth. Faithfully, fearlessly feeding the sheep. And to you, brothers and sisters, tuning in. Shalom. Today's lesson is titled Biden, the best ever so far. Works of prophecies. Now, the reason why I said so far is because through the Spirit, me, like many other brothers, believe that Trump is narrow and he will be the final president of the United States who will be bringing in the last part of the judgments, concerning Israel, Yasharala, us so-called black Americans and Latinos, Jacob's trouble, going into World War III and a whole other effects that the Lord has prepared for Great Babylon America. But in the meantime, looking at Joe Biden right now, the current Caesar of Great Babylon America, and he's doing a wonderful job here. Now, as you go through this lesson, you'll see some slides that I have built for this specific lesson. And of course, we go into the scriptures as usual and go into it. Okay, let's go into the book of Habakkuk 2 and 3. And it reads, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry." Now, we waited, for a long time to see the judgments of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, on Great Babylon America, to see our enemies, suffer the same fate as we have been suffering. Okay, you had the men, from Great Millstones and their elders before them, okay, that was going into the prophecies. And now here it is, 2024, to this date, right now, June 18, we are seeing many of these prophecies manifest, okay, before our eyes. Now let's go into the first one here. This one is worst economic crisis for the United States, Great Babylon America. This is under Joe Biden, financial collapse. Let's go into how this is going to impact the people that are here in Great Babylon America. Let's go into the book of Isaiah, chapter 19, and start verse 14. It reads, "The Lord, Yahweh Shai, had mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt," which this place is known as spiritual Sodom, Egypt, "to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggering his woman." There was a time this place, had the basically you could say the blueprint of how to do business and how to conduct business on this earth. I mean, everybody wanted to conduct business with America, and now you're seeing, like last week, Saudi Arabia, they ditched the dollar. They ditched the dollar. Many other countries are dropping the dollar. They're looking at this place with a wicked eye and seeing that this is not a place where you can do good business practice. And we can see how that's the air, okay, here locally in Great Babylon America, where they have exalted the woman over the man, okay, and there's more focus on perversion than there is about business, okay, and creating a financial stable environment, okay, for the inhabitants of Great Babylon America. And it says, "Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. In that day Egypt shall be like unto women, and they shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshai, which he shaketh over it." So we're seeing right now financial collapse. You have a nation, okay, that is in the negative 33% GDP. Okay, GDP is negative 33%. This place is right now, okay, spiraling, okay, into absolute, chaos, financial chaos. And this was under Joe Biden. Tawadi Yahabashim Shai for Joe Biden. He's doing exactly what the Lord wants him to do. Okay, now let's go into the locals, because we can't go into prophecies without mentioning these local peasant Edomites, the ones that you work with, the ones that you see frowning their faces at you, the fake smiles, the one that never in their life thought that they would catch the hell pursuing the Deuteronomy 28, which we have been catching all the while, and pursuing the Deuteronomy 30 and 7. The Lord said he would do what? He would put these curses on our enemies, and it's starting with these low-level Edomites. This is a non-elite Edomite crisis. Now, Many of you are old enough to remember, man, if you were white, you were right. I mean, it was great to be white, man. Okay? They say white, that's what they call themselves, but, it was great to be an Edomite. But what we're seeing going on here, we're seeing them on drugs, and not on just crack, like what they try to put into the community, for our people to kill themselves with. I mean, we're talking like, the kind of crack or the kind of drugs that zombarize these people. Look at it, okay? Foreclosures, these foreclosures of these Edomites. Most of your foreclosures are Edomites. They're the ones that have the houses, the white picket fence house, okay? They overspend, overexhaust their credit. Okay, you see them, they're constantly looking for that job that's going to pay them that six-figure salary or high five-figure salary. Okay, and you have a lot of companies that are out of that are closing down, basically locking down. Okay, unemployment rate, which is these Edomites. So they always like to call themselves the majority, and everybody else is minority, which means what the majority of the unemployment is these Edomites. Okay, when have you remember, if those of you old enough, if you are at least 5 decades old, you've seen Edomites in these large encampments across the cities, and this is what you're seeing. Look at them. Okay, this is the non-elite Edomite crisis that's going on, and it's under Joe Biden. Now, let's go into the book of Ecclesiasticus, because there's always a scripture, okay, that always matches with what we see going on here in Great Babylon, America, and across this earth. It's Ecclesiasticus 14 and verse 5, and it reads, "He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods." Now I'm looking at this picture here with Al Sharpton, with Joe Biden, and it's like, does this Negro know that this devil, who is nothing more than a pawn for the wicked elites, okay, can't do a damn thing for you, man? Okay, what is Al Sharpton, like close to 80 years old? You've seen it all, man. You've been around, you've walked around, shake hands, butt heads, all kinds of stuff with these people, and yet still at this stage in your life, with your sunken cheeks, and the bags in your eyes, you still looking at this man as your potential savior. No, this man is wicked to himself. We're showing you right there, this is what he's done to his own people. There's no reason these Edomites should be in this particular position, okay? But they are in this position because why? The wicked are in rulership, and who's the wicked? Edomites, okay? With Amalek, okay, who is the least of them, okay, in charge. They're known as the elites. Let's go into the book of Ecclesiasticus 12 and 17, because here's what these Edomites can think, okay? And this is, you see, the part of preaching this gospel is we not only preach to warn our 2/3 not to trust this devil, and also to feed the sheep, which we are commanded by the Mashiach, but it's also to preach this gospel across the world so the world can identify and see who the devil is that the Bible speaks of. When you go in Ecclesiasticus 12 and 17, it reads, "If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet he shall undermine thee. He will shake his head and clap his hand and whisper much and change his countenance." And this is what we're seeing going on right now. And this is under the Biden administration, okay? The best ever Caesar so far in Great Babylon, America, because why? He is a work of prophecies. He's bringing these prophecies right before the eyes of the servants of the Mashiach, okay? So you got what they're going to do, okay? He's changing his countenance because he's bringing out the MOTB, okay? The digital ID right now is for all government workers and for those who are on the government assistance program, SNAPS program, welfare. Okay. Now, again, the majority of the people on those assistance program are Edomites. When you go across these other states there where 80, 90% or 95% of the population are Edomites, that's where you're going to see a lot of your welfare. Trust me on that. I saw that up in New England. Okay. That was the first time I got my eyes ever seen, okay, what food stamps look like. It was Edomites up there in Maine and New Hampshire. Okay, so this is the best ever Caesar because he's bringing out these judgments. So on his own people, he's oppressing, okay, those who are not part of the elites. Let's go and take a look at what's going to take place afterward, because there's only going to be so much of these Edomites are going to take before you see they rise up, okay, and you have civil war and unrest, okay? So what you see is a blueprint for this has been really actually by these different marches, starting from the 60s all the way up to, the latest one, which was the Black Lives Matter one. Okay, now those were non-violent. These Edomites are violent. They're very violent. The so-called white people are extremely violent. Okay, and this is going to further destroy Great Babylon, America, the structure, because see, they don't know how to march in peace and they don't know how to do anything peacefully. Carry signs, and they're not going to waste time go writing, and drawing pictures and getting staples and these other printing store to go print out these signs and walk out there and march. Hell no, they could be grabbing the machine guns and marching out there, because when you go into Second Ezra 15 and Star Wars 14, it reads, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hand. For there shall be sedition amongst men, invading one another. They shall not regard their king nor princes, and the cause of their actions shall stand in their power." So there it is right there. Okay, now this is going to be like a royal rumble. All the tribes are going to get involved with this, whether they vote or they don't. It doesn't matter. Okay, simultaneously as this is going on, Joe Biden, okay, the best ever Caesar so far, is bringing hundreds of thousands of assassins, trained assassins across the border to kill dissidents and to take them and put them in these encampments that they have all across the United States. Okay, basically they don't want to hear the voice of complainers. They've heard it for the last 80 years from the so-called blacks and the Latinos, okay, complaining about equal rights and all of that stuff, okay, holding picket sign. That was all good and well, but they realized this time when these Edomites start complaining, they're going to come out violent, and so you have to meet what? Violence with violence. So this is going to be, okay, post Joe Biden America, okay, after Joe Biden leaves, okay, but he is setting up, okay, the condition for what we are going to see here in Great Babylon, America. And this is all scriptural. This is the reason why you have you have it written here in the book of Second Ezra. Now let's go into something, because see, as you have civil war, you have loss of job, loss of hope, immorality down in the gutter, okay. They have quietly been introducing the famine, destroying food farms, okay. You've seen a lot of recalls, which is what, let's take all the food of the supermarket, beef, vegetables, whatever the hell they're recalling, and destroy food, as if they somehow suddenly now care about your health. And E. coli and salmonella, which has always been in the food, it's been part of the dietary of Americans, okay? Eating uncooked food that's got salmonella and E. coli in it. We all eating it, okay? But they're also poisoning the water, which is why they have a new now condition to buy bottled water, okay? Let's go in the book of Second Ezra. This is the book of Second Ezra 15 and 19. It says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread for great tribulation." This is the introduction of the famine. How long you think it's going to last with these recalls? Okay, the destruction of the farmland. Bill Gates is buying the farmlands from these farmers and then destroying it. Okay, because he wants to feed people diced up and minced up cockroaches and insects, and also whatever cadaver that they can grind up and turn into some lab meat. Okay, which Brother Chapel brought out a great video that they're gonna be feeding the troops. Okay, there ain't gonna be no MRE and no dining hall like how they have during OIF and during OEF. It's gonna be a whole different ball game during World War III. Okay, so people are going to clash with each other. You have the civil war that's going to be going on, an economic collapse, people homeless all over the place, and they've never been in those situations before. People don't know how to get along with each other. They're not going to get along with each other. People are not going to be working with each other unless they all consent to having what? A murderous mind. Okay, this is how it's going to be here in Great Babylon, America. And this is why we bring up this warning, because this is already here. Okay, now, as if things couldn't get any worse, it is going to get worse, because the Lord Yahweh Shemashai have to bring forth these judgments on this wicked queendom, okay, known as America, the United States of America, Great Babylon, America. Okay, so now here we are, the road to the MOTB. It's already here. They already got it. It's just a matter of time before they implement it. You've seen the collapse of the dollar. Countries are dropping it. eventually inflation is going to get to the level to where they're going to go say, okay, you know what, we need to have a CBDC, which is what they want to, they're bringing it out as if like they want to just track everybody's movement, which we know this is what the global elites are looking to do. Now you got this rock star guy here, Elon Musk, who has created the brain chip, okay? Okay, that's supposed to make you walk and talk and make you super intelligent, which is going to be the new thing, okay? You're going to be connected, okay, to the internet, IoT, okay, Internet of Things, and to your phone, okay? This is how things is going to be here. So what they've done, okay, is eventually as they get into the digital currency, okay, because you already have the digital ID already being introduced already, this is going to lead to what, when we go into the book of Revelation, okay, it's already here because this is what this guy is doing, man, okay? Biden, the best ever Caesar so far, okay? Revelation 13, down verse 15, and it reads, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Hence, you have all these assassins across the border. They're going to be the ones that's going to be dealing with the dissidents, okay? So you have a civil war, people scattered, millions of dead bodies all across America. I mean, it's just going to be, it's going to be foul and crazy over here. Okay, and it says, and he caused it all, both small, great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell, save he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. It doesn't matter Cardi B, doesn't matter Sean Puffy Combe, Mayweather, okay, and you're considered rich compared to us, okay, but this is the Lord, Yahweh Shemashai's judgment. This is what he's going to bring so that nobody's going to escape. This is to try the entire earth, okay. Now we already know that the Lord Hamashiach has said what to his servants, which is his 130 elect, okay, that he will protect them during this time, okay, from the hour of temptation, because when you don't have civil unrest, the destruction of properties, the supermarket, I mean, everything is just chaotic here. No food, people are just out of control here, okay. There's going to be have to be a divine intervention in order to protect the elect of Yasharallah during this time, because it's just going to be such a dangerous time, okay. So we are at the road to the MOTB, which is under Joe Biden's right now, who is the best Caesar so far. Now, let's go into the global war, because what happened last week? We had the military draft implemented, okay? You ain't got no choice now. 18 to 26. 18 to 26. Currently, right now, you have a situation, okay, in the Middle East with Israel and Gaza. Okay, you have a situation with Russia and Ukraine. Okay, and you have Russia and NATO, you know, back talking each other. And everybody right now is quietly, as possible, preparing for war, hence the so-called draft, okay, that has been brought up. And why is it coming under the Biden administration? Okay, because again, this man, okay, he's doing the works of the prophecies for the Lord Yahweh Shemi Ashai. Let's go into the book of Jeremiah, because this is very interesting here, very interesting. When we go into the book of Jeremiah 51 and 30, it reads, the mighty men of Babylon have born to fight. They have remained in their holes. Their might had failed. They became as women. They have burned. Her dwelling places of bars are broken. Now, you see them drafting, and who are they drafting? They're drafting basically sissies, man. Faggots, okay? Soft, Generation Z men, okay, that are worse than girls, okay? Soft, okay? Soft men, okay? America, okay, has been known to have a very, you know, strategic, brilliant fighting force. That's why there's been a dominance. But see, the Lord is pulling his blessing off of Esau and letting these cave beasts make decisions on their own now. And this is how a cave beast would make a decision. Okay, everything is going to be okay. There's not going to be much thoughts put into it. Okay, because the Lord is not guiding Great Babylon America anymore. Okay, so let's go into the book of Jeremiah still. Okay, this is the book of Isaiah actually, 63, because this is going to go in two parts here. You have a fight that's going to be global, countries, nations against nations. Okay, you got Russia against NATO, Russia and China and all the other conglomerate of nations are going to team up to come against, you know, Israel and the United States and NATO. Okay, but this is also a gathering of armies on this earth to fight against Mashiach when he returns, because the blood count is going to be, the body count is going to be very high. This is Isaiah 63, verse 1. It says, who is that coming from Edom with dyed garment from Bozrah? That this is a glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me, for I will tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood should be sprinkled upon my garment, and I will stain all my remnant. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my Redeemer is come. So the Mashiach, okay, our King, is sitting furious right now, waiting for the Lord, Yahweh Shemi Shai, the Father, to say, son, go get him. Go get him. So he is fuming right now. He is fuming, okay? Fuming. Now, Joe Biden is not going to be, most likely he's not going to be the Caesar at the time when the Mashiach returns, okay, because we still have a lot of the prophecies. We still have some prophecies that needs to take place, which is the MOTB has to be enacted on this earth, okay, and World War III style before the Mashiach returns, okay? But we're going to close out with 2 Thessalonians here, because this wasn't something that, was meant to be a surprise for us. In fact, when you go into 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 5, it reads, remember ye not that when I was with you, I told you these things, and now you know that what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work, only he who now letteth will let, until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. And there is nothing that this man can do that the prophets cannot find out. He cannot hide anything. He's naked, and we can see all of his nakedness, all of his wickedness that we're exposing on this earth, and we know what his next moves are and what his next steps are. We are one step ahead of this devil, because we are not ignorant of his devices. So Lord willing, the elect was edified to that to close up by giving all glory and honor to Yahweh by Shem, Yahweh Shai by Shem, Rakakdash. Double honors to teachers, elders, and apostles of great millstone, likewise, brothers, so they're putting on this truth, faithfully, fearlessly feeding the sheep, and to you, brothers and sisters that are tuning in, Shalom.